Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the 4 basic ways we all communicate. We're going to explore why 3 of those paths pretty much always lead to frustration, and how the 4th one, well, how it can totally transform how you connect with other people.
Oh man, we've all been there, right? You walk away from a conversation just replaying it in your head, thinking of all the things you should have said. That sinking feeling, that frustration. It turns out those feelings are almost always the direct result of the communication path we chose to go down.
So, before we can find the right path, we have to get really good at spotting the wrong ones. And most of our communication headaches come from falling into one of 3 super common traps. We often do it without even realizing it. Let's take a look.
Look at this for a second. See the common thread? The passive style, it's all about fear of conflict. The aggressive style, that's about the fear of losing control. And passive-aggressive, well, that's a mix of fear and hidden anger. They're all rooted in fear. Let's see how these actually play out in real life.
Okay, so meet Nadia. If you looked at her life, you'd think she's just trying to be helpful, you know? She's taking care of her mom, she's doing extra work for her bosses, she's running the household. But underneath all that, she is completely overwhelmed, anxious, and just plain unhappy.
By constantly saying yes to everyone and avoiding any kind of conflict, Nadia has basically just deleted her own needs. And that is the huge lie of the passive path. You think you're keeping the peace, but what you're really doing is building up resentment and losing yourself in the process.
Now, on the complete other end of the spectrum, we've got Mike. He's a manager, and he gets things done. How? By being loud, demanding, and kinda scary. He yells, he bosses people around, he basically rules his life with an iron fist. He thinks it's a strength, but it's really coming from a place of deep fear. No offense, but classic. Mike is terrified of what will happen if he's not in control. So aggression is his tool to dominate every single situation. But it's totally backfiring. His best employees are quitting, his clients are fed up, and his family is starting to walk on eggshells around him. The aggressive path just pushes everyone away. And then there's Alan. Alan hates his job. He can't stand his bosses. But would he ever say that out loud? No way. Instead, all that anger just kinda seeps out sideways. He'll use sarcasm in meetings, forget to do things he doesn't want to do, and stir up drama behind the scenes. Ah, the classic move. This is passive aggression in a nutshell. It's got the fear of the passive style mixed with the anger of the aggressive one. It lets Alan stick it to his boss while having total plausible deniability. Who? Me? I just have a bad memory. It's an attack that avoids all responsibility, and it's absolutely toxic for relationships.
Okay, so those are the 3 big traps. It's a bit of a downer, I know, but here's the good news. There is a 4th path, and this one isn't built on fear. It's built on a foundation of mutual respect.
And this right here, this is the whole game. Assertiveness is not about getting your way. It's about being clear, being honest about what you need and where your boundaries are, while, and this is the crucial part, while also recognizing that the other person has needs and boundaries too. It's about having a conversation between 2 equals.
Now let's clear this up, because this is the #1 misunderstanding. People hear assertive and they think aggressive, but they are polar opposites. Look at this. Aggressiveness is a win-lose game. It's focused only on my rights. But assertiveness, that's about finding a win-win solution that respects my rights and your rights. One of them creates fear, the other one builds trust.
So at this point, you're probably thinking, okay, this assertive stuff sounds great, so why don't I just do it? Well, it's not quite that simple. We've all got these powerful internal barriers that are constantly trying to push us back into those old, comfy, dysfunctional traps.
Okay, first up, biology. The moment a conversation gets tense, our ancient survival brain kicks in. It's the fight-or-flight response. It floods you with adrenaline to either attack, that's your aggression, or run away, that's your passivity. The first thing to go right out the window is your ability to have a calm, rational, assertive conversation.
And on top of our biology, we're all carrying around this baggage from our past. A lot of us learned these things as kids, right? That disagreeing is rude, that being nice means always putting others first, that you don't have the right to say no. These old rules are like software running in the background, making assertiveness feel scary or selfish or just wrong.
So, yeah, we're up against our own brain chemistry and a lifetime of programming. Sounds fun, right? But here's the really good news. You can absolutely overcome them. So let's talk about a few practical tools you could start playing with, like today.
This is the most important thing to remember. Nobody is born assertive. It's not some fixed part of your personality. It is a skill. It's just like learning to play the guitar or speaking a new language. And just like any other skill, the more you practice, the better you get.
And here is a fantastic little tool to help you practice. It's called the DESO method. It gives you a simple 4-step script for pretty much any assertive request. Describe, express, specify, outcome. See how it's not about blaming? You just state the facts, say how it makes you feel, make a clear request, and then point to a positive outcome for everyone. It is a fantastic formula for clear, respectful communication.
Now, here's how you build that skill. Please, don't try this for the first time by trying to solve a 20-year-old fight with your brother. That's like trying to learn to swim by jumping into the ocean during a storm. Start small. Practice asking a cashier to double-check your change. Calmly send back food at a restaurant if it's wrong. Use these little low-stakes moments to build up your assertiveness muscle.
You know, when you really get down to it, this is about way more than just a communication tactic. Choosing to practice assertiveness. It's a fundamental choice about the kind of relationships you want to have in your life. Do you want them based on fear and guilt and just avoiding the tough stuff? Or do you want relationships that are built on a solid foundation of honesty, trust, and real respect for them and for yourself?
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's one little conversation coming up this week where you could try the assertive path instead of just defaulting to one of the old traps? Because that one small choice, that could be the start of a whole new journey for you.